Russia's President Vladimir Putin has told African leaders that tens of thousands of tons of grain will be sent to food insecure countries on the continent in the coming months. That is, despite Western sanctions which have made it harder for Moscow to export grain and fertilizers. Putin has also told the Russia-Africa Summit in St. Petersburg that his country is ready to replace Ukrainian exports as he anticipates a record harvest.
Понимаем, какое значение имеет бесперебойное снабжение африканских стран продуктами питания. Это важно для социально-экономического развития и для поддержания политической стабильности. Поэтому всегда уделяем и будем уделять особое внимание поставкам африканским друзьям пшеницы, ячменя, кукурузы и других зерновых культур, в том числе в качестве гуманитарной помощи, инновационных технологий. Россия расширяет сотрудничество с государствами. Складывается парадоксальная картина. С одной стороны, страны Запада чинят препятствия поставкам нашего зерна и удобрений, а с другой, я скажу прямо, лицемерно обвиняют нас в сложившейся кризисной ситуации на мировом продовольственном рынке. Началом этой совместной работы. Обеспечение более широкого охвата Африки. Наша страна в состоянии заместить украинское зерно как на коммерческой, так и в виде безвозмездной помощи наиболее нуждающимся странам Африки. Тем более, что у нас в этом году вновь ожидается рекордный урожай. Нам нужны технологии, поддержка соответствующая. Со своей стороны Россия готова делиться. Мы будем готовы уже в ближайшие месяцы, в ближайшие 3-4 месяца безвозмездно предоставить Буркина-Фасо, Зимбабве, Мали, Сомали, Центральноафриканской Республике, Эритрее по 25-50 тысяч тонн зерна. Обеспечим и бесплатную доставку этой продукции потребителям.
Let's go live now to St. Petersburg in Russia. Bring in our reporter Ziyanda Ngcobo, who's attending the Russia-Africa Summit. Ziyanda, tell us more about what else has come out of talks there today.
Well, there's so much happening at this summit, and I guess it's a taster of what's to come when we host the annual BRICS Summit next month, at the end of next month at the Santon Convention Center. There are plenty of exhibitions that are taking place. In fact, earlier on, we listened into a panel discussion with the children and grandchildren of liberation movement leaders, and a new forum that they're trying to put together to speak to the youth about the history of the continent through the lens of heroes such as Julius Nyerere, Patrice Lumumba, Nelson Mandela, Samora Machel, and the rest, from other parts of the continent. So let's just show you what's on display here, Tembegile. We're speaking to the analyst from the Institute of Global Dialogue who was talking about the much discussed Russian Black Sea grain deal. You would have heard in that bite you just played that the Russian president has offered to replace, the grain that, of course, will no longer be available due to the collapse of that particular deal. So there are many things that are now being displayed at this particular exhibition. So day one has been a success. I can tell you, Tembegile, that there have been several agreements that have been signed, including with the countries such as the Central African Republic and Zimbabwe when it comes to issues related to civil aviation, the Civil Aviation Authority signing that today, as well as, ministries of justice signing particular deals. And you can see that day one is wrapping up. Tembegile, I'm going to now bring in our guest. His name is Vladislav, and he's also displaying some arms here today. They are actually about to wrap it up. Welcome to Newzroom Africa. We see that you've got sniper rifles, special forces weapons, assault rifles. Why is it important to have this at the Russia-Africa Summit?
Good afternoon. My name is Vladislav. I work from Rosaboron Export. We're the official state intermediary of export and import of the ready goods, services, and technologies of military and double purpose. So during this Russia-Africa Second Summit of Economic and Humanitarian Forum, we've displayed several types of weapons, products and technologies in order to demonstrate the different types of small arms, optical devices, individual body armors, which we are able to supply to our partners in Africa in order to deliver the safety and stability to the region.
And how much interest has there been at this particular store?
Excuse me?
How much interest, how many people have been coming to come see the weapons here?
From my perspective, from my point of view, our booth is one of the most popular at this pavilion because in Africa our partners really like Russian-made weapons due to its reliability, durability, and due to the fact that our colleagues know how to work with it. And they are mostly interested in some novelties made in them because Russian manufacturers always develop and upgrade the most popular types of the weapon made in Russia.
All right, that's Vladislav Tembekile. He's here at one of the stalls here in this pavilion. But it's not just about the arms, but it is part of what is taking place here at the summit. There are plenty of other stalls. And, of course, on the sidelines, there's also another area where there's the continuous signing of agreements with African leaders. We can anticipate the same taking place tomorrow. At the same time, our very own President Cyril Ramaphosa had a bilateral with the President of Congo Brazzaville at a hotel. So there's a lot of connection and discussions taking place, and a lot of the mood and the atmosphere is really about the hope that there can be in terms of doubling the GDP of all these countries and the exports, I should say, when it comes to trade. And so perhaps not just another talk shop at this stage, but actual tangible things to actually hold on to after the summit.
Ziyanda Ngcobo live for us in St. Petersburg, Russia. For now, Ziyanda, thank you very much for that update tonight.